Have you ever woken up on a day that's supposed to feel special, and instead it just feels loud? Your phone lights up before you even get out of bed. Notifications stack on top of each other. Messages from people you haven't spoken to in months suddenly appear, all at once asking for your attention. For some, this is exciting. It feels like being seen, celebrated, remembered. But for others, it feels different, heavy, overwhelming, almost performative. There's this quiet pressure in the background, like you're expected to feel something specific, to be happier than usual, more grateful, more alive. And when that feeling doesn't come naturally, something inside you resists. So instead, you pull back, you mute the notifications, you avoid the attention, you treat the day like it's just another Tuesday. And if that sounds like you, you're not broken. You're responding to something deeper than just a date on a calendar.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Saturday? We should...
There's an unspoken script that comes with birthdays. You're supposed to wake up feeling excited. You're supposed to smile more, laugh louder, and radiate gratitude. People tell you to enjoy your day, as if happiness is something you can simply switch on because the calendar says so. But emotions don't work like that. The moment happiness becomes an expectation, it stops feeling natural. Psychologists call this emotional reactance. When we feel pushed into a certain emotional state, our mind instinctively resists. And that resistance creates cognitive dissonance, a quiet tension between how you actually feel and how you believe you should feel. So instead of joy, you feel pressure. Instead of gratitude, you feel like you're performing it. And in a culture shaped by toxic positivity, where every moment is curated, posted, and polished, this pressure only intensifies. Birthdays become less about genuine emotion and more about visible happiness. Because when you're expected to feel amazing, anything less can feel like failure. And sometimes the only honest response to that pressure is to step away from it entirely. Birthdays don't just bring attention, they hold up a mirror. Suddenly, your life feels visible, not just to others, but to yourself. You scroll through messages, posts, stories, and without realizing it, your mind starts comparing.
That is too funny.
Who showed up? Who didn't? Who seems to have more friends, more success, more certainty? Social media quietly amplifies this. What looks like celebration on the surface often becomes a highlight reel of other people's lives. And in that moment, your birthday stops being about you and starts becoming a measurement. Am I where I thought I'd be by now? Am I falling behind? Does my life look the way it's supposed to? This is the social mirror effect, where attention turns inward and comparison shapes identity. Even the spotlight can feel uncomfortable because it doesn't just illuminate, it evaluates. And when your sense of self gets tied to how your life looks from the outside, a day meant to celebrate you can quietly turn into a day that questions you. For some people, the hardest part of a birthday isn't the meaning, it's the exposure. Being seen all at once by so many people comes with a cost. If you're more introverted or prone to social anxiety, that sudden wave of attention can feel like overload. Messages to reply to, calls to return, reactions to manage. Even something as simple as opening notifications can start to feel draining. It's not that you don't appreciate the gestures. It's that your system processes them differently. Introversion isn't about disliking people. It's about how you recharge. And birthdays demand the opposite: constant outward engagement. Add in the pressure to respond the right way, and it becomes emotional labor. For some, it's not celebration, it's overstimulation. So choosing to keep the day quiet, predictable, and low-key isn't avoidance. It's regulation. It's your mind protecting its energy, choosing calm over chaos and peace over performance. And beneath the surface, birthdays aren't just social events. They're psychological checkpoints. They mark time in a way that's impossible to ignore. Another year, another version of you, and whether you intend to or not, your mind begins to look back and measure. What have I done? Where am I compared to where I thought I'd be? Psychologists call this a temporal landmark, a moment that triggers reflection. But reflection isn't always gentle. Sometimes it brings regret, sometimes anxiety, sometimes a quiet sense that you're falling behind in your own life. And then there's something even deeper. For many people, birthdays don't just connect to the present, they connect to the past, to childhood, to memories of being forgotten, overlooked, or celebrated in ways that didn't feel safe or genuine. Over time, those experiences shape your attachment patterns. If you learn that attention was unreliable, you might grow into someone who avoids it altogether. If you learn to expect disappointment, you might stop expecting anything at all. This is where the mind steps in to protect you. It lowers expectations. It numbs the importance of the day. It tells you this doesn't matter. Not because it's true, but because it feels safer that way. Sometimes ignoring your birthday isn't about who you are today. It's about who you had to become to protect yourself back then. So, what if nothing is wrong with you? What if the problem was never your reaction, but the expectation placed on the day itself? A birthday doesn't have to be loud to be meaningful. It doesn't have to be shared to be real. You can redefine it, make it quieter, slower, more honest, a day to reflect, to reset, or simply to exist without pressure. Because you don't need one perfect day to prove your life matters. What matters is how you live the rest of them. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more psychology insights that actually feel real and human. And if birthdays feel complicated for you too, share your experience in the comments. You might be helping someone feel a little less alone.